My goal is to show you how to make others so obsessed with you that it literally makes you sick. As a neuroscience professional, there are only 5 simple steps that you need to take to hack someone's brain so that all day, all night, all they can think about is just you. I want you to promise me you'll only use these in ethical situations. These strategies are so powerful that I was really worried about making this video because many people can do really bad things with them. I want you to promise me before you watch the rest of this video, you will only swear to use them for good. If so, welcome to the club, my friend, and stay till the very end because tip number 5 is what makes Ted Lasso such a magnetic screen-on character. Let's get right into it. Tip 1 is to embody what I call the Da Vinci spark in every single conversation you have and make it a part of your personality. Science tells us that people are drawn to those who have a polymath persona, which means you have a variety of diverse interests. And no one's better than that than Leonardo da Vinci. He was a mathematician, a biologist, an astrologist, an artist. He was a million things. And that's what made him so interesting and compelling for others. Life is boring and dull for most people, but you coming into their life and sharing intriguing, interesting things and being able to talk about anything under the sun makes you compelling and people get obsessed with that. You can also call this as the novelty nudge, that in every conversation, introduce some novelty in there. And it's shown by science that novelty stimulates dopamine receptors in the other person's brain to make you crave you and want you more. You're hacking their reward system, making it pleasurable to be around you. And that's what it comes down to, that people are gonna be addicted when you speak because all ears and all eyes are on you. And it's really fun to learn new things. Every single day, I just sign up to a newsletter, and when I read it in the morning while using the bathroom, that is the kind of conversation I have through my day. I also use an app called Readwise, which takes highlighted notes of mine from books I've read in previous years and brings them to resurface them every single day. So I have 4 or 5 highlights that were relevant to me at that time that I contribute to my morning every single day. And these phrases, conversations, and newsletters make their way into my daily conversations and people find it fascinating. Go down rabbit holes, get fun with life. If you find anything interesting, whether it be astrology, math, something creative like creating YouTube videos, even it can be simple as water. I went down a rabbit hole on water and the types of water by watching Huberman's podcast on it, and I got obsessed with it and I started talking about it to other people and people were really interested. The whole room would drop dead silent when I started speaking about water. So find things that interest you or just go down rabbit holes in general and people will be obsessed with what you're saying. Step 2 is to use the Hemingway hook. You want to use concise yet powerful storytelling. Paint a picture with your words, but don't go over the top. No one wants a long, drawn-out story. And that's what Hemingway was a master of, short stories. In psychology, there's a technique called the picture superiority effect. And this is proven to make others more memorable when they use vivid imagery when speaking, because people remember a picture, an image, a vivid scenery way more than just simple adjectives and verbs. Next time someone asks you about your day, try to use a story to captivate them and make them interested in what you have to say. A great hack that I use is, you probably noticed throughout your life, there's certain stories that come up over and over again about your life when speaking to others that make others laugh, excited, or interested about you. Remember which stories those are and how you said them, and start cultivating a list, because there'll be many times when you're meeting new people or even old friends and those stories come up in an easy way during a conversation. This tip right here makes you memorable. It makes a lasting impact, makes an impression, so when you leave the room, people are still talking about you. And that's what creates that obsession in others, that even when you're not there, all they can think about is you. Tip 3 is the Oprah effect. I want you to think of yourself as a positivity pulse. Anything you touch, anywhere you go, wherever your hands move becomes positive. It uplifts others. It makes things more happier because either you're complimenting someone or you're talking about your day in a positive way. You are never bringing anyone down and you're only there to rise others up. That's what makes Oprah so likable. It's her positive energy. It's her uplifting nature of all her interviews. All she does in every single interaction with someone is make them happier. She gives people gifts. She gives people awards. She gives people compliments that they never even heard about, but she does them in a really graceful way. You are the positivity pulse hero. And any single time anyone comes in your little atmosphere or bubble, they feel much happier than when they were there previously. Science has shown us over and over again that positivity fosters stronger emotional bonds and make people want to be around you because they don't know why, but they just feel happier around you. And though subconsciously they don't know why they love being in your inner positivity pulse circle, they will be drawn towards you and constantly look for reasons to meet you and hang out with you because they just know they're gonna have a better day when you're around. It doesn't matter if you're having a shitty day. if your life is not turning out the way it's supposed to be, or you had a really tough day at work, your goal in your social circle is to be the definition of optimism, to be a source of it, so that when people are around you, you're a catalyst for joy. I used to do kind of the opposite. When I met new people, it wasn't that I was tearing them down, it's that I used sarcastic humor. If someone was wearing a sweater like this, I'd say, where'd you get that sweater, right? I wouldn't compliment them. I would instead find ways to almost pick apart parts of themselves to make others laugh around them. But that was my own insecurity about not knowing how to have a social interaction without bringing someone down. Even if you don't think that sweater looks good, compliment them and say, that looks amazing on you. Where'd you get that sweater? And that is what you start doing to build the building blocks of addictedness, of obsession in others, because they just want to love you and they don't know why, but it's in their brain that they seek you out every single day. A daily habit that I've installed to make this tip actionable is every single time I'm on the toilet, instead of wasting time scrolling on Instagram or watching YouTube videos, I instead pull up my text and try to find one person during that duration that I can send one positive message to. It doesn't matter if I haven't spoken to them in years, it doesn't matter if I just talked with them yesterday. Find one good thing to improve someone's day. I've had people who message me back saying, Sid, I've had such a shitty day. Thank you for sending that message. That means the world to me. I've had people who I haven't reconnected with in years who are now my best friends because of this one simple act. So this is a great way to make it actionable in your life as well, and it'll truly change your life. Tip 4 is to use the Socrates spin in every single conversation. Let's cut the small talk. How often do you like talking to someone about the weather or what their day is like or what they had for lunch? It's boring, unmemorable, unoriginal. ChatGPT can do better answers than that. What makes you memorable and stand out and want people to talk to you is understanding them, is being curious beyond belief. It's listening more than speaking, and it's being genuinely interested in what they have to say. When I was younger, I always thought being charismatic or making others obsessed with you was all about showing yourself of how incredible you are, how amazing you are, all the cool things you did over the weekend. But the more and more I delved into the science and to understand the neuroscience and the brain chemistry that makes others addicted to you, I learned it's less about what you have to say, but more about how you have to listen and hear what the other person is. I want you to be a catalyst for curiosity in every single conversation you have. Thought-provoking questions make conversations intellectually stimulating. It makes you memorable because you will be that one person that day that person will remember that they had a great conversation with. This can be over the text. This can be over dating apps. Don't be just the most boring, ordinary small talker. Really get to the root of that person by asking them questions that no one has ever asked them before. And you can do that by simply listening to what they have to say and then clearly trying to understand what is it about what they're saying that I can ask an interesting conversation question that will make them think. Many scientific studies show that curious people are seen as way more attractive because they stimulate those neural rewarding pathways that most people don't use on a day-to-day basis. The way I made this actionable in my everyday life is really simple. All I do is I promise myself I'm gonna ask one interesting question to someone that day. It can be the barista. It can be one of my old friends. It can be anyone I was working with during a conference call. It doesn't matter. This is a really powerful habit and one that I would definitely put in your tool chest for making others obsessed with you. Tip 5 is what I call the Ted Lasso touch. You want to combine reliability with unexpected gestures to make a memorable impression. Behavioral economics research done by Daniel Kahneman, who also wrote Thinking Fast and Slow, one of my favorite books of all time, shows that unpredictability in positive ways can significantly increase satisfaction in others. And the perfect example of that is Ted Lasso. What does he do every single morning, every single day unexpectedly? He brings biscuits for his boss. That creates one spark, a moment of joy that she looks forward to every morning. There are episodes where he is sick or he's not there and she doesn't get her biscuits that day. And suddenly she's upset. And she doesn't know why, but she just brushes off. But she's thinking of him because that small surprise made her day so much more better.
Fuck me. Where did you get these?
I'm glad you like them. You know what? I'll start bringing these to you every morning. Called Biscuits with the Boss.
So for all the important relationships in your life, the ones that mean the most to you, engage in small but surprising acts of kindness as frequently as possible because that leaves such an important lasting impression. You don't have to go full Lasso with this. You don't have to bring biscuits every single day to your boss. Instead, just every so often, every few months, do something nice for someone in a surprising way. Get them tickets to a ball game. Buy them some gift that they had on their mind for a long time. And it doesn't have to just be physical gifts as well. You can just say something nice to them. You can say, hey, let's go out for a walk. It's been forever. Do something small and nice in a very intentful way with no misintent. You were doing it genuinely because you love that person or you care about that person and you want to make them better for themselves. And that's it, guys. If you made it this far into the video, I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're a real one. And if you're new here, my name is Sid Chawla. I drop videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it would mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell, and drop me one of these likes, bro. It means so much to me, and it takes 1 second of your time, but it helps me grow and helps other people learn knowledge like this to make their lives better. Really aspire to build a massive YouTube channel one day so I can impact more people and help more people just like yourself. So in order to help the YouTube algorithm, help your boy out by commenting below what is one thing you took away from this video that you'll make actionable to hold yourself accountable and share with everyone else. And I'm gonna bloop up 2 other videos that will help you become a better version of yourself. And until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.